Hello and welcome back. The topic for this video is we're going to continue on the topic of cancer, but we're going to go over how tumors are graded and how they're staged. Okay? So the grading in this case isn't A, B, C, D that you're used to with taking courses. With the grading of a tumor, it's measuring how the tumor looks histologically. All right? So how much anaplasia is there? All right? And that anaplasia is our term for essentially how abnormal the tumor cells look. Okay? So this is looking at the tumor cells themselves histologically. Typically, we've got 4 stages of grading. So if a tumor is grade 1, the tumor cells are going to be well organized, look very similar to the surrounding normal tissue. Okay? Haven't moved anywhere. Okay? Our stage 2 or grade 2 tumor cells are going to be less well organized. They no longer look normal. So you start to see some of that anaplasia, some of the nucleus maybe looking hyperpigmented, less cytoplasm around the cell, and tends to have a slow growth rate. All right? That typically is expressed as the mitotic index. Okay? Our grade 1 tumor also is going to have a slow growth rate or a low mitotic index. Okay? Grade 3 now is getting progressively more serious. All right? Grade 3 is where you start to see more of the differentiation beginning. All right? These no longer look like the surrounding normal tissue. You've got a high amount of anaplasia associated with it. All right? And now we have a higher mitotic index. So these are growing more rapidly. Okay? Our grade 4, 4 tumor, this is going to be completely undifferentiated. So it may look like something other than the normal surrounding tissue. All right? You are going to have rapid growth, with a high mitotic index, meaning the cells are growing very, very rapidly. And with this one, when it reaches between grade 3 and grade 4, this is when you typically start to see that those tumors have gained the ability to move. Okay? So they may see invasion into the local tissue. Okay? So with the grading, we're looking at it histologically. We're looking at how mean the cancer cells are. We can also stage cancers. All right? That staging of cancers is known as the TNM for tumor, node, and metastasis levels. Okay? So what we're looking with stage of cancers. It's looking for its ability to spread. Okay? So this one is typically looking at whether or not metastasis is happening. All right? And it kind of goes in conjunction with grading of the tumors. All right? Typically, if you've got a grade 1 tumor, you don't have it moving into tissues yet. Okay? So that would be stage 0. You've got no movement associated with those tumor cells. Okay? So things have not spread to the surrounding tissue. Stage 1 now can get to and be related to size. So I should have pattern, spread, size. Smaller tumors are going to be stage 0, stage 1, okay? But you can have a stage 1 that's a small size, but it's grade 4, meaning it's showing rapid growth, okay? But that stage 1 is going to be a relatively small tumor. May exhibit some local invasion, all right? But it hasn't broken into the lymph nodes or the vascular system, okay? So if we're talking about a breast tumor, it may have moved into some of the local breast tissue, but it hasn't reached a lymph node or a blood vessel to spread to another part of the body, okay? I'm going to kind of put stage 2 and 3 together because these can be a little bit difficult to distinguish because they've got some of the same characteristics. You've got more invasion into the local tissue. Oh, sorry for that squeak. But what happens and what distinguishes stage 1 from stage 2 or 3, now you have involvement of the lymph nodes. Okay? So it started moving outside the tissue that it has started. Okay? So in this case, if we continue to use breast cancer as the example, that tumor has moved into the lymph nodes. Typically, with breast cancer, the lymph nodes it's going to move to are those in the axillary region and the armpit, okay? Which is why when individuals who have tumors removed inside the breast typically also have some of the lymph nodes removed from the armpit, they're looking to see if they see breast cells in the lymph node. Okay, that tells them that the tumor has progressed beyond stage 1. All right? And if it's moved to the lymph nodes or to the blood vessels, it can get to other parts of the body. All right? Stage 4 is our most aggressive. All right? So with stage 4, you have lymph node involvement. And you may also have other tissues. Okay? So for example, with breast tumors, bone or lung are very common for the tissue to metastasize to. So if there are breast tumor cells in the bone, that would then be a stage 4 tumor. Okay? So that's just kind of a short differentiation between grading and staging. Grading is looking at the histology through a microscope. Staging is looking at where the tumor cells are found within the body. Okay? Hopefully that all makes sense. If you have questions, please let me know.